So I never bring my phone for interviews, but you have so many accomplishments, I can't remember them all. I think it goes without saying, one of the most important voices, not just in the world of women's sports, but sports, period. As I was looking back over your incredible career, it would be remiss not to start in Philly. Because as a Jersey girl, this is a very rare occasion to sit on the stage and like have a productive conversation. So Coach, first question I want to ask you is, when was the first time you fell in love with basketball?
Oh, well, I'm getting up there in age, so as far as I can remember back, and I know I played before then, is I was 8 years old. But when you're from Philly, you fall in love with the game. Like, it is a part of your DNA, it's a part of who you are. The cheer for all of our Philadelphia teams, and yes, go Eagles. Hey, the Phillies aren't doing bad either. Phillies, Sixers, we're good. Flyers, hopefully a WNBA team.
Hopefully, soon enough. Coach, what a season. Undefeated, all the way through, end up hoisting the trophy. As you received that trophy, and I remember the embrace with Aaliyah Boston, and that post-game interview, and it was clear the raw emotion, what it meant to you. Before we get into the future of women's basketball, in that moment, if you reflected back to that championship, how have you seen the game grow in a way that you could maybe have never imagined in that moment?
Well, at that point, I didn't know how many people tuned in. I mean, obviously, you got to give some credit to Caitlin Clark for bringing, huge viewership to our game. And at the same time, I know they tuned in to watch her, but they also saw a really, really talented, really good South Carolina women's basketball team. And that's how it grows. That's how the game grows. You have new eyeballs on our game, and there may be one or two or three things that you tuned in for, and you end up finding a plethora of reasons why to continue to watch women's basketball, because it's really fascinating. You can watch one game and walk away from it and know that there's so much talent, so much hidden talent, and I hope that the decision makers of our game really continue to lift up the very many talented young people in our game, the very many young talented coaches in our game, because there are a lot of stories to tell that we aren't telling that people want to know. Like, we have people's attention now. They want to know every nook, and they want to know they want to get in the crevices of where did these players come from? How did this team get so good? And we have to tell the stories because people are going to want more and more.
That's right. And if you really think about how big of a moment that was, you referenced the viewership. 18.7 million people tuned in to watch you lift that trophy.
Yeah.
First time ever that the women's championship Final Four match did more than the men's tournament. But I always like to remind people, as somebody who comes from the advertising media marketing community, ... on a Sunday at 3 p.m. So it wasn't even in prime time. What happens when it gets there?
I mean, what happens is now we're bottlenecking. I mean, our game has been held back for a really long time, like a really long time. Now we're at a point where, we can't get enough of it. Like, we really can't. The fans, the admirers, they really can't get enough of our game. And it's not just basketball, it's women's sports. It's in a place where we're at an all-time high. I think here at the Olympics, there are
3 million viewers tuned in to see Team USA women's basketball play Japan. 3 million.
They did, but I'm just talking about the amount of women.
Oh, here.
The amount of women that are here representing our country or the world is half, and that's never been the case. So you're seeing our sports grow at a pace that, again, it's probably uncontrollable at this point. So I always tell people who want to jump in now, you're not too late because there's room on the bandwagon. But for sponsors, you're getting in high now. Like the stock market, when you're supposed to buy low, You're buying high now, and that's okay too, because you're buying in at our worth, what our net worth is.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yes,
That's right. So let's shift gears and talk about Team USA. So Coach Staley, for anyone who doesn't know, 3-time gold medalist, was a flag bearer in 2004. When you saw LeBron and Coco carrying that flag, did it take you back?
It did. I actually tweeted out a message to them, but it was a little bit different circumstances. They actually got a chance to wave the flag. They told me I got to keep it straight. They said no matter what, no matter if you get booed or hissed or cheered, always keep a smile on your face. And I'm a rules follower, so I think I did pretty good. I thought they were. You
want to grab that one and give it a try? Maybe when we end.
No, I don't want to fail. my flag looked a little bit lighter than that flag. But it's great to have representatives of both men and women. I think that's a great classic touch to the Olympic Games.
Totally. So Team USA basketball going for 8 straight. I was reading this morning that Team USA basketball hasn't lost an Olympic match since 1992, an Olympic game. Team USA women's basketball. Yeah. I believe you may or may not have played in some of those games.
Yeah, I got cut from the 1992 Olympic team, and then I ended up making the next 3. So if I had known I was going to make the next 3 Olympic teams, I probably would not have been as disappointed in not making the team in 1992. And then since then, I've been a part of 6 of the 7, 2 as an assistant coach and 1 as a head coach. When you represent your country in this way, there's no other, like, the purity of it, the innocence of our game and why we play the game is on full display when you represent your country. Like I look at the men. Last night, I watched them. Joel Embiid, the Sixers guy, didn't play last night, right? Jewel Lloyd for the women's team. She got very little playing time, but the time that she got in, she came in. She was very unselfish and giving up probably a pretty good shot for her, but she made the extra pass because Sabrina Ionescu had the hot hand. That warms my heart because it's not about the amount of points you score. It's about the beauty of the game, the way it should be played, the unselfish nature, the one common goal. When you play for USA basketball,
it's to bring home the gold. So how are our players preparing right now? Like you've been, for everybody in the room who's here enjoying the games, being a fan, going crazy, celebrating the moment we're in, for this particular Team USA women's basketball, based on everything that has skyrocketed in the last few months, is there a pressure? How are they preparing? Can you share with everyone?
Well, I mean, what they're doing now, they're preparing for a game because they got a game today. But the ones that are multiple Olympic, this is their multiple Olympic games, it's like putting on an old shoe. Like you get into game mode, you prep, and then you want to see other talent around like Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, I think I saw Jackie, and the point guard, Chelsea Gray. They were all at the gymnastics. They saw our women capture gold.
Let's clap it up for that. Simone Biles and team, unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Y'all know their name? Y'all know their nickname? Not the Golden Girls one, the other one. I like that.
You can abbreviate it for everyone, yeah.
You want to see other people compete at the highest level because you can always take something from the very best. Like to watch the gymnasts do their thing, it puts a little bit more pressure on you to perform at that high level and walk away with nothing but gold. But it's all in the preparation. Now, maybe the first time Olympians are probably a little nervous in preparation. They probably just are extra careful they probably aren't out. When I did my first Olympic, it was just about winning the gold in 96. And then in 2000, I went out to see a lot more other athletes and other sports. And then 2004, I did even more. And then when I was a coach, I was out there Because at that point, you've done all you could do. Now it's on the athletes to perform.
So let's talk about and pivot a little bit to your coaching career. I was so enamored with your speech when you received the Jimmy V Award at the ESPYs this year. And you talked in your sizzle reel as they were setting up to introduce you to receive the award about you're a doer. Coaches are doers. You're problem solvers. As you look at the trajectory of where women's sports is going, how would you apply that mindset and share whether it's fans, whether it's executives, you talk about sponsors, media. How are you problem solving to make sure this isn't just a moment, that where there really is sustained and scalable growth?
Well, I think you have to really be intentional in everything that you do. And you have to strike while the iron's hot. Like women's sports, women's basketball in particular, I can speak to that. We're hot. We're hot. So what we do is every single time that we get a chance to talk about our sport, to represent our sport, like here, I could easily said, no, I don't want to do this, but I'm like, no, let's spread it. Let's keep spreading the wealth about our great game, about the talent that's in our game, the coaches that's in our game, the sponsorships that are in our game, and know that the people who are going to pour into our game, you're going to get a return on your investment. You're going, I know people can see it now. So it's popular, it's more popular to pour into our sports now than it's ever been. So we want to keep that, keep that going.
And when you're pouring in, you're not just pouring to the on the court. You're pouring into the off the court. Can you talk about, especially as a coach leading a national championship team through this era of NIL, and you see all the opportunities that are out in front, coming off this Olympic Games. We were just talking about Alana Mayer, to go over 2.2 million followers on Instagram, commercial opportunities. How are you seeing that contribute to the growth of the game?
It's all a part of it. Like, athletes are probably the single most brand pushers around now. Like, some of my players, they're pushing brands. I see, I think Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are probably the top of the top. But there's more. There's more. Like when I was at the ESPYs, I was sitting down having breakfast. There's someone that came up from Prada. They didn't know who we were. She didn't know who we were. We just looked like athletes. She was like, tell me who's the next person that we need to go out. We need more athletes.
And did you say, I'm so sorry, I'm Louis Vuitton, Dawn?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
No, I immediately text our player's agent. Hey, I got her contact, took a picture, send it off. Like, it is that. Like, you have to work behind the scenes to let people know you're connected and you want to connect other people so we don't lose that momentum.
So we're on the shot clock, wrapping up. One of the other things I heard at the Jimmy V speech is you talked about perspective. And you wear these necklaces around your neck in honor of Blakely. I'd love for you just to talk about, yes, the impact and what we're doing to grow the game, but the lives that women's sports, and we're here to talk about sports diplomacy and what these female athletes and coaches and staff mean beyond basketball, beyond sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important to partner with people who can put you in situations to give you a different type of perspective. Aflac is a great company that I've partnered with that put me in front of pediatric cancer patients and sickle cell patients that sometimes they're not able to verbalize how they're feeling once they're getting treated. So Aflac provides these ducts that actually speaks for them, communicates for them when they're going through their treatments. And I was able to sit with a young lady named Blakely and use her color scheme. When she got her duct, I used her color scheme, and this was last May, to make myself a necklace she knew was getting pretty ratty. So she ended up sending me one in March. We ended up winning the national championship. We get to talk about this necklace a little bit more, and also just provide more, like, pediatric cancer patients. You know how strong they are. You know how the strength of their parents to be able to do what they do, all because we're able to continue to have a conversation and shed light on what they go through every day.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
We'll wrap here, Coach, because I know you got a lot more sport out there that you got to go see, including Team USA basketball this evening. On your Instagram, on game days, you post these devotionals. They're so meaningful, and I look forward to them every game day. Can you share closing words of inspiration to all the young women in this room, young women, girls, and hell, women, about if you're getting ready for a championship game, whether that's in life, whether that's in the boardroom, whether that's in the field, the gym, whatever you're doing, just some words to leave us with at inspiration.
I would say this. I'm over 50 now, so my life is leaned out. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I can speak on those things. I think as young people, the more you get to know who you are, what you like, and it may not be what you like in 10 years, it may not be what you like in 20 years, but what you like today. Get to know yourself and your likes and your dislikes, and be unafraid to voice those things, because it's shaping you to deal with whatever it is that you need to deal with. I think mental health is at an all-time high, all because young people hold it in. No, don't hold it in. Let somebody know when something's happening to you, because there are problem solvers. Like, you got a lot of, for my players, thankfully we run a program in which if anything is going on, I know though, I can look at their faces and know that something's going on with this player or that player, and I address it. And I'll leave you with this last thing. It is look, sound, feel. That is my moral compass. If something looks, sounds, or feels off, oh, I'm saying something. The same as if something looks or sounds or feels positive, I'm going to keep encouraging that. So that is my moral compass, and it's something pretty good to live by, because it'll allow you to form what you like, what you don't like, and speak on it.
I think I speak for everybody in this Team USA house. Yes, let's clap it up. I think I speak for everyone in this house. We would all be so lucky to have a Coach Staley in our lives. Truly, you're one of one, Coach. Let's give it up for Coach Staley, everyone.
Thank you.